It's Tuesday. You know what that means, right? Well, I don't, but I think it has something to do along the lines of videos. Actually, I probably have to go along the lines of Julia turning her suicide. Or planning it. Actually, I'm kind of researching gypsies at the moment. I don't know why they're Romani people and gypsies instead of studying this. You know what these are? Yeah. They're my history flashcards. Because I have a history exam tomorrow. It kind of sucks. Kind of sucks a lot, actually. But they're all beautiful. And they're color-coded and everything. Okay, I'll explain. Well, green is World War I. Purple is pre-World War I stuff, national policy, foreign policy, stuff like that in Canada. Red is stuff after World War I, like Chinook Affair and halibut treaties and yeah, treaties. Yellow is the oh so exciting Great Depression. Blue is World War II. And that's all I got. But I'm still gonna go. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And then on Thursday is my math exam, which is gonna be even worse because I don't know anything in math. Then on Friday is Latin. I like her too. Which reminds me of a new segment I was thinking, because Jen was talking about doing themed for holidays. And I was thinking, why not, well, for me, why shouldn't I go through the week and see who's died during the next coming weeks, or who's been born, but deaths are kind of more my style. So, everyone ready for our newest segment? Death dates and birth dates with Julia. Yeah! First on the list is Anita Pallenberg. You probably don't know who that is, but you might know who, well, Brian Jones is, or if you don't know who that is, Keith Richards. And if you don't know who that is, who you probably should, you've probably heard of the Rolling Stones. Now, for a while between, like, the late 60s and most of the 70s, she was in relationships with, when did Brian Jones die? I forget. He died at 27. Well, I'm getting off sidetracked. But she was, dating Keith Richards and at one point Brian Jones too, and so she was all involved with that little scene, and she was a model and actress I think too, and she was born today, January 25th. Second person that I'm going to talk about is this British poet person named John Cooper Clarke, who was also born today on January 25th. He's kind of interesting. He was very involved with not very involved, but he was involved enough with the kind of music scene in like the late 70s and the early 80s, and kind of the bands like Joy Division, Susie and the Banshees, New Order, Sex Pistols, kind of. He has opened for bands like such as that in the past, which is pretty cool. He's really interesting. Next person on our list who was born on January 27th is a Chinese fashion model by the name of Lu Wen. She's not one of my favorite models, but she's okay, I guess. I'm not completely familiar with her work, but I'm more fascinated by the work of next model, Lily Donaldson, who was born on January 27th as well. She's British, and she's been in campaigns for such as people as Dior, Jill Sander, Dolce & Gabbana, Burberry, and all cool stuff like that. She's not one of my favorites, but for someone who died on January 27th. Andre the Giant, who was in one of my favorite movies, The Princess Bride. I remember watching that when I was really young. It's a really good movie. Haven't seen it, which you probably have because it's a really popular movie. Watch it. It's great. Pollock was born on January 28th. He's most famous for doing things as splatter paintings, and if you've seen his studio, it's kind of crazy. My mom kind of enjoys his work, and it's kind of interesting, though I really kind of like abstract art, but I prefer more poppy art stuff, which was kind of like after his scene, because he died in 56 and pop art was kind of starting then. Like, what? Next person is Gia Kendi, who was a fashion model during the 1970s and 1980s. She's really interesting, and she's considered to be one of the first type of kind of supermodel people out there. And there was a biopic made about her life starring Angelina Jolie in the 1990s, which is actually pretty interesting, which is another thing you should check out. Oh yeah. The person I'm going to talk about is probably one of my favorite people on the list, John Lydon. Actually, I did a drawing of him in art class earlier this year. I don't have it with me currently, but he was born on January 31st, and I find him really interesting. Of course, he's from the Sex Pistols, lead singer, and then Pill, Public Image, and yeah, he's kind of crazy and kind of badass, and kind of interests me. So that is it for Julia's random topics that she's going to talk about for people who have died and been born in the next coming week. Now, I will leave, because if I don't, whoa, it's 10:02. Crap. Studying, going to fail. Welcome to my life. I am doomed.